Lisbon lemon is one of the most popular lemon varieties in the world because of its strong citrus aroma, high juice content, and incredible disease resistance. Today's video is all about how you can successfully grow your own Lisbon lemon at home, no matter where you live. Whether you're a beginner or someone who has tried and failed before, this script will guide you step by step in a smooth, storytelling style so you understand not just what to do, but why to do it. If you have ever wondered why your lemon plant doesn't grow, why it drops leaves, why it takes too long to fruit, or why seedlings die after a few weeks, then you're about to learn everything you need to finally fix those problems. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon because we make videos that help you grow fruits at home more easily, more quickly, and more successfully than ever before. Many people try to grow Lisbon lemon, but fail repeatedly, even after buying expensive plants. The biggest reason Lisbon lemons don't grow is stress. Lemon plants hate sudden environmental changes, root disturbance, water shock, and extreme temperature differences. If you bought a nursery plant and it started dropping leaves after a week, that is because lemons need time to adjust to their new environment. The second major reason is poor sunlight. Lisbon lemon requires at least 6 hours of strong, direct sunlight. Without this, the plant becomes pale, weak, and slow. The third reason is incorrect watering. Overwatering kills more lemon plants than anything else. When soil stays wet for too long, the roots suffocate, rot, and stop absorbing nutrients. On the other hand, underwatering also damages the plant by drying the feeder roots. A balanced approach is necessary. Another common reason is poor soil mixture. Lemon roots need loose, fluffy, airy soil, not the sticky clay soil that many people use. When the soil is too compact, roots cannot expand, which stops growth. A fourth major reason is nutrient deficiency. Lisbon lemons are heavy feeders, and they need magnesium, iron, nitrogen, calcium, and potassium regularly. If you never fertilize, your lemon plant will never grow properly. The fifth reason is incorrect pruning. Some people prune too much, some people never prune at all. Both can harm the plant. The sixth reason is pests. Even tiny pests like aphids and leaf miners can stop growth completely. Lastly, many people make the mistake of shifting the pot again and again, which confuses the plant and slows down growth. Now let's talk about one of the most misunderstood questions. Should you grow Lisbon lemon from seed or from another method? Growing Lisbon lemon from seed is possible, but it is slow and unpredictable. Seed-grown lemon plants can take 4 to 7 years to fruit, and sometimes the fruit may not be identical to the parent. For home growers who want quick results, growing from seed is not recommended. The best method is to use grafted Lisbon lemons or air-layered branches. Grafted Lisbon lemons fruit faster, grow stronger, and adapt better in pots. Air-layered lemon plants root more reliably and carry the exact characteristics of the mother tree. If you want a lemon plant that fruits in 2 years instead of 7, always choose a grafted Lisbon lemon from a good nursery. If you already have a mature Lisbon lemon tree in your area, performing air layering will give you an even stronger plant with faster fruiting potential. Another option is rooting cuttings, but lemons don't root easily like pomegranate or guava, so grafted or air-layered Lisbon lemon plants are always the best choice. Growing Lisbon lemon in a pot is very easy if you follow the correct steps. The first step is choosing the right pot. Always select a pot that is at least 18 to 24 inches deep.
Smaller pots restrict root growth and prevent the tree from establishing a strong foundation. Clay pots are the best because they allow proper air exchange and prevent roots from overheating, although large plastic pots also work if drainage is good. The second step is to create perfect drainage holes. Lisbon lemon roots hate standing water, so the pot must have multiple holes to let excess water escape. The next step is to plant the lemon in the center of the pot. Make sure the graft union stays above the soil line and fill the sides gently without compacting the soil. Once your plant is placed properly, water it lightly to settle the soil. Now keep it in bright shade for 4 to 5 days so it adjusts to the new pot. After that, shift it to full sunlight. The soil mixture is the heart of Lisbon lemon growth. If your soil is wrong, your plant will never grow no matter how much sunlight or fertilizer you give. The best soil mixture for Lisbon lemon includes 1 part garden soil, 1 part compost, 1 part cocoa peat, and 1 part river sand or perlite. This mixture becomes airy, loose, and well-draining, exactly what lemon roots love. Compost gives long-term nutrition while sand prevents waterlogging. Cocoa peat keeps moisture balanced without drowning the roots. If your local soil is too clay-like, increase the amount of sand. If you live in a hot, dry area, add more cocoa peat. The soil should feel soft, break easily when squeezed, and drain fast when watered. On top of the soil, adding a thin layer of mulch, such as dry leaves, keeps the moisture stable and prevents the top layer from drying out too quickly. Now, let's answer some common questions people ask when growing Lisbon lemons. One common question is why the leaves turn yellow. Yellow leaves usually mean nutrient deficiency, especially nitrogen or magnesium. Adding compost, citrus fertilizer, or Epsom salt can fix this easily. Another common question is why flowers fall without forming lemons. This happens when the plant is too young, too dry, too hot, or nutritionally weak. Once the plant matures, the flowering will naturally become stable. Another question is whether Lisbon lemon can grow indoors. The answer is no. You can keep the plant inside for a few days, but long-term indoor growth will never produce fruit. Lisbon lemon needs strong outdoor sunlight. People also ask how often they should fertilize. The correct schedule is simple. Feed your plant every 20 to 30 days during the growing season. Use a mixture of compost, NPK fertilizer, and micronutrients. Another common question is how long Lisbon lemon takes to fruit. A grafted plant can fruit in 18 to 30 months, depending on care. If you grow from seed, it might take 6 years or more. People also ask how much water to give. The best method is to water deeply, but only when the top 2 inches of soil become dry. Overwatering is dangerous, but underwatering also stops growth. Balance is the key. Now, let's end with some powerful tips that will completely change the way your Lisbon lemon grows. First, always use grafted plants for faster fruiting. Second, give your lemon the strongest sunlight possible. Third, use a large pot to avoid root restriction. Fourth, feed your plant regularly because lemon plants consume nutrients rapidly. Fifth, maintain consistent watering. Never let the plant stay dry for too long. Sixth, protect your plant from winter cold by covering it or moving the pot indoors during harsh nights. Seventh, always remove weeds from the pot because they compete for nutrients. Eighth, prune the plant lightly after the fruiting season to maintain shape and encourage new growth. Ninth, inspect your plant weekly for pests. Early detection saves the whole season. Lastly, be patient. Lisbon lemon plants become faster and stronger once their root system has fully developed. Adding more depth to the subject, it is important to understand that Lisbon lemon growth is not just about watering and fertilizing. It's about creating the perfect microenvironment that supports citrus development at every stage. Every lemon plant goes through phases: establishment, vegetative growth, structural branching, flowering, fruit formation, and fruit maturation. When people fail at growing Lisbon lemon, it is usually because they do not recognize these different phases and treat the plant the same way throughout the year. For example, during the establishment phase, the plant needs gentle watering, partial shade, and stable conditions. But once the plant enters the vegetative phase, it demands strong sunlight, more fertilizer, and more water. When flowering begins, the plant suddenly becomes sensitive to stress. Anything from moving the pot to skipping a watering day can cause flowers to drop. During the fruiting phase, the plant requires balanced nutrients and protection from heat waves or cold snaps. Understanding these cycles is what transforms beginners into successful citrus growers. Another important thing to understand is that Lisbon lemon is naturally a vigorous grower, but its growth can look slow in the beginning. The plant spends the first few months strengthening its roots, and people mistakenly assume that the plant is weak or unhealthy. In reality, the first year is mostly invisible growth underground. Once the roots spread, the plant suddenly explodes with new branches and leaves. This is why patience is extremely important with Lisbon lemons. If you keep the soil mixture correct, provide full sunlight, and fertilize regularly, the slow, early growth will eventually turn into rapid, strong progress. Many people give up too soon, not realizing that the plant was simply preparing its foundation. Let's talk more about the role of sunlight and temperature, because these two factors alone decide whether a Lisbon lemon will thrive or suffer. Lisbon lemon loves hot climates and performs best when temperatures range between 22 and 34 degrees Celsius. Anything below 10 degrees Celsius slows the plant, and anything above 40 degrees Celsius can burn leaves if water is not consistent. If you live in a cooler region, place your lemon in the warmest part of your garden, usually the southern side where sunlight lasts the longest. If you live in a very hot region, provide light afternoon shade during peak heat to prevent leaf scorch. Sunlight directly influences the amount of oil produced in the leaves, which also affects fragrance, strength, and disease resistance. Without strong light, the plant cannot photosynthesize enough energy to produce flowers or fruits. Even if the plant survives in shade, it will stay ornamental and will not become productive. So if your Lisbon lemon is not growing, one of the first things you must check is whether the plant receives at least 6 hours of direct sun. Another deeper concept is the importance of air circulation. Many people place their pots too close to walls, corners, or tightly packed areas. When airflow is poor, pests multiply faster and fungal diseases spread quickly. Citrus plants need open surroundings where air can dry water from the leaves naturally after watering or rain. If your lemon leaves stay wet for too long, fungal infections like sooty mold or leaf spots become very common. Always keep your pots slightly away from crowded areas, allowing air to move around freely. This small adjustment alone can prevent half of the problems that beginners face. Now let's focus on advanced fertilization techniques. Lisbon lemons require a constant supply of nutrients, but feeding them incorrectly can damage the roots. The best approach is to use a combination of slow-release organic fertilizers and fast-acting liquid feeds. For example, compost and cow manure provide long-term nutrition, while liquid seaweed, fish fertilizer, or NPK 19-19-19 provide immediate boosts. Feed organic fertilizer once every 2 months and liquid fertilizer every 3 weeks. Another powerful trick is to use Epsom salt once a month to supply magnesium, which strengthens leaves, deepens green color, and enhances photosynthesis. Adding crushed eggshells or calcium supplements helps prevent leaf curling and blossom drop. But remember, never apply fertilizer to dry soil. Always water your plant lightly before feeding to protect the roots from burning. Pest control is another topic that needs more detail. Lisbon lemon is naturally strong, but still vulnerable to pests like aphids, mealybugs, spider mites, citrus leaf miners, and scale insects. The most dangerous among them is the citrus leaf miner, which attacks new leaves and creates zigzag tunnels inside them. This slows the entire plant. The best way to protect against leaf miners is to spray neem oil every 10 to 12 days, especially when new leaves appear. Mealybugs hide in leaf joints and under young shoots. Rubbing alcohol on a cotton ball instantly kills them. Aphids cluster on tender leaves and suck out sap, causing leaves to curl. A simple neem spray controls them effectively. Spider mites appear during hot, dry seasons and create tiny webs. Spraying water on the undersides of leaves and applying neem oil works well. The trick is to check your plant every week, not when it's too late. Early detection saves months of growth. Another area beginners ignore is pruning and shaping. Lisbon lemon benefits from light strategic pruning that helps the plant grow in a strong, open structure. Any branch crossing another should be removed. Weak shoots near the base should be cut off, and branches that grow inward should be trimmed. This creates a vase shape that lets sunlight reach the center of the plant. Sunlight reaching the inner branches increases the plant's ability to flower evenly. But be careful, never prune aggressively. Citrus plants store energy in their leaves, so over-pruning can delay fruiting. A general rule is to prune only 10 to 15% of the plant at a time, and only during the growing season. Let's talk more about watering, because mastering watering alone can make or break your Lisbon lemon journey. The soil should stay moist but never soaked. During summer, you may need to water daily, especially in pots. During winter, watering once every 4 to 6 days may be enough. The goal is consistency, not flooding or starving the plant. A great technique is the finger test. Insert your finger into the soil up to 2 inches. If it feels dry, water deeply until excess water drains out. If it feels moist, wait another day. Deep watering encourages roots to grow downward, creating a stronger plant that resists heat, cold, and drought better. Seasonal care is another important factor. In spring, focus on growth by feeding nitrogen-rich fertilizers. In summer, focus on watering, shade protection during extreme heat, and pest control. In autumn, focus on strengthening the plant with potassium and calcium to support flowering and fruiting. In winter, protect the plant from cold by covering it with cloth or moving it to a warmer location. If you let cold winds attack your plant, new growth will stop for months. Seasonal care ensures that your Lisbon lemon works with nature rather than against it. Finally, let's discuss fruiting optimization in more detail. Many people get flowers but no fruits. The most common reason is stress during flowering. If you move the pot, change watering frequency, or expose the plant to sudden temperature shifts, it drops flowers.
Another reason is nutrient imbalance. Too much nitrogen causes lush green leaves but no flowers. To increase fruiting, switch to a fertilizer higher in potassium during the flowering stage. Adding bone meal helps a lot. A final powerful trick is hand pollination if you live in an area with fewer bees. Simply use a small brush to move pollen from one flower to another. This increases the fruit set dramatically. All these techniques, when practiced together, make Lisbon lemon one of the easiest citrus plants to grow at home. Once the plant becomes established and receives the correct sunlight, soil, nutrients, and care, it will reward you with fragrant flowers and juicy lemons year after year. The key is consistency, observation, and understanding that plants grow slowly but surely when conditions are right. This brings us to the end of the video. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so we can continue bringing you high-quality gardening content. Growing Lisbon lemon is easy when you understand its needs. Follow these steps and enjoy juicy, fresh lemons from your own home. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.